Hello guys, good morning. This is John Fred Grutas. Today is the 1st of March 2024, and right now it is exactly 12:35 in the morning, just past midnight. I haven't slept yet. I have been drawing figures for the past hour now, and I have posted my stuff. I have been focusing on my drawing skills and improving it day by day. And this video, the purpose of this one is there are a lot of suffering in this world, man. There's a lot of people in pain, and they're not aware that those pain that they have, it's seeping through their skin and out onto the world, to children, to the elderly, to the innocent, to the naive, to the gullible, to people who are good. And that's not a very nice thing. But I just realized something now. At this age, right now, I'm 20 years old. I am a very idealistic person. I'm very pure inside of me. I am a very honest individual. I'm a very good individual. I fight for justice, and I'm just realizing this now. The times when I got women, the times when somebody was attracted to me, it was on times where I was not good. It was just when I was not thinking and just doing. It's like when I stopped putting the pressure on myself and putting the pressure on them. I just realized this. Uh, this world is very evil. A lot of people do not care whether they are hurting someone else. Most of them thinks that I was hurt and therefore you should be. Am I the one that is wrong to want the world to be what I think it is? To have it be good, have it be giving, have it be nurturing, instead of what it actually is: harsh, cold, painful. Am I wrong for wanting the world to be a better place? And this is just some of the things that I think about very often. To get what I want, I must take it from another man. To get what I want, I must be selfish and build for myself, not for other people, but for myself. If I want to survive long in this world, I must take my place somewhere. May it be a niche, may it be at a job, may it be at selling. Bad is very necessary if we want to survive in this world. And people who die early, I think they're one of the most innocent souls on this planet. The reason why I haven't died yet is because I am not known. I learned at a very young age that people do not want to see you better than them. People do not want to see you have more than them. People will only treat you good if you are below them, or much less if, no matter how you try, you will never be better than them. I think that is why the master and student relationship is very prominent, it's very popular. The reason why a master even takes a student is because, or if a master is very confident at teaching something to a student, it is because one, the master will not tell everything that he knows to the student, or number two, the master knows that no matter how hard he teaches the student will never be greater than the master or as great as him. And I think that's very beautiful. People are inherently selfish. And at first, being selfish when for so long you have been very giving, or if people perceive you a certain way for a very long time that it has become very normal, your perception of them, which benefits their perception of you, which benefits them, has been undermined for so long that even if that perception, because in that perception comes the way that they actually treat you, how they see you in their heads is congruent to how they treat you. So once you change yourself because the image, the way that you are being treated is bad and it's not benefiting you in any way, shape, or form, only them. If you change yourself, well, then they're gonna be hate, a lot of hate on you, because why are you breaking the image that I previously had on my mind about you, which is taking away whatever benefit they are getting from the image that they had of you. Why are you trying to change? Do you know that by you changing, I'm not gonna get what I want out of you anymore, and maybe you're actually going to get better than me, which I fear, because I want to have all the power, I want to have all the control. And I think this is why they say that love will always be above power, and power corrupts, but love dominates everything. And I am now just getting it, that love is the most powerful thing in the universe. If only love will exist, there will no there will be no suffering on this world. But people want power, you know, and I cannot blame them. If I'm them, I would have done the same. You know, if I had their circumstances, maybe when they were a child, maybe from their traumatic events from their lives, maybe from how they were treated in their environment, maybe I do the same. So I do not judge them. But growing up, I've learned to build walls. I've learn to have defenses for people like them, people who will attack for nothing, people who will bring suffering to other people for nothing, people who will hurt people just because they were hurt. And you gotta learn how to defend yourself. So you must grow some teeth. And the teeth that I have right now is not physical. It's just mental. It's just psychological. Because I've learned that psychological attacks, mental attacks are much more critical, are much more dangerous than physical ones, because physical attacks, body, it's not as vast, it's not as complex, it's not as deep as our minds, as our soul. And throughout all of this time, even though the way that I am being treated is bad. I was never able to um, fight back. The reason why is because I'm a child. I'm a powerless child. I was 5, 6 years old, 7, up to 10 years old. I can never fight back. I can not even voice my thoughts, or else they will yell even stronger than me and they will beat me up. They will slap me in the face, they will smack me with a belt. And I know a lot of Filipino households do this. Even now that the times have changed a lot, I still see it. So I cannot fight physically. So what I've developed is I've learned to fight mentally. I've learned to fight psychologically. And the benefits are only showing right now. I've cultivated this power ever since I was a child. I made people feel inadequate. I made people feel that they're not enough. Because when I was a child, I remember I the only thing that I wanted was to get involved in my parents' life, to help them, to be of use, to be of importance to them. That's all that I wanted. But for some reason, whenever I try to get close to them, whenever I try to enter their lives, they would push me away. And at that time, I interpreted it as something that, what's wrong with me? What things do I lack for them to not involve me with what's going on in their lives? Am I not their son? That's what I thought. So I felt inadequate for a very long time, and I've spent my childhood, everything that I do was spent on pleasing them, so that, or in the hopes of them letting me enter their lives and be trying to enjoy my childhood. You know, the benediction of your parents is a very important thing when you're a child. And never really, I was always alone when I was a child. I was always by myself. I was not allowed to go outside. The doors were locked up, the windows were locked up. The only time that uh, I was able to go outside is at will, is when I jumped through the barracks in our house, when I jumped through the walls in our house. To sum up, guys, my childhood is not a very good place, not a very good part of myself, but I have accepted it already. You know, what happened to me is not who I am. I am what I choose to be. So yeah, that's my attack right now. I am good at a lot of things, and not just surface good. I'm actually very good at them. I I could teach them to you, but that would take away so much power from me that it would make me very vulnerable. You know. So I just do things. I and for some reason it automatically makes people inadequate, which to me, if they are a threat, they're showing signs that they are a threat. It's very good to me because they will leave me alone. I have this like barrier around me, invisible barrier that prevents people from getting too close to me as a defense mechanism, but deep down, I only just want to be involved. But that is a very necessary part of yourself, guys, to be able to hurt on other people, to have the power to hurt other people. Please, if you're kind, if you're nice, but it is for survival, but it is for survival, yes, then you are not kind, you are not nice, you are harmless. You must develop teeth. And for me, as a man, I know that it is very shameful to not be able to fight. And my reasoning is that it was because of my past. Um, I feel really powerless whenever I try to engage in physical altercation with someone, physical confrontation. So my attacks are very passive. My attacks are just very mental, very subtle. And they're subtle. I could even go as far as say that they are very graceful, but they're very deadly. They're very dangerous because I mess with the mind. And not many people have any familiarity about the mind. But me, I spent my whole life closing myself into my mind, into my imagination, because I can never do anything inside the house. I was always observed, I was always watched. Every reaction that I did was monitored. I was not allowed to be a boy. I was not allowed to play. I was not allowed to get aggressive. I was not allowed to play with my siblings. I was always on my mind. The only thing that I was allowed at was to watch the television. I think that is why I am a very idealistic person, because I grew up watching SpongeBob SquarePants, Avatar, what else? Jimmy Neutron, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, Kick Batowski, Ben 10, Pedro Penduko, Gagamboy, what else? Super Hingo, Mickey Mouse, Handy Manny. Tama ba? Handy Manny? Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder ata yun. So, yeah. I was always on my mind. And when it comes to being in your mind, being in the realm of the invisible, I'm the best at it. I'm the best at it, and no one could compare to my capabilities. I'm the best at it. I have ventured to the darkness for a very long time. In fact, it was my only home. It was what embraced me. And if I could ever do anything to repay it, it would be to show other people how they could use it to protect themselves from what I have went through, so that they will never suffer like I did. Because it was not a very good experience. Feeling very powerless. I'm very surprised that I haven't lost my speech, that I haven't lost my ability to fight. I do not respect my mom, I do not respect my dad, I do not respect my parents. The reason why is because they never really acted like one to me. I never really felt like safe expressing what I am thinking, what I'm feeling. They're never really there. They just want to prove to the world that they weren't a deadbeat, that they had a family at the age that others think that they're supposed to have a family. I don't really respect these people. The only people that I care about are my siblings, my sister, War, Joaquin, and my dog, Cooper. So yeah, this has been 20 minutes and 30 seconds, so I think this is enough. I'll post this on my YouTube channel. This is a very good one, guys. So bye for now. I will put it under the title of mental and psychological attacks. No, that's too harsh. Uh mind as a sword. Facade of innocence as a shield. Yun. That's good.